Hey everyone, how you doing today? It's a lovely Friday and I have a quick question for you that I will be discussing, and then you can, kind of include some comments down below about your own opinion. The question is, how do you usually pick the next book on your list to read? Or do you even have a list? Some people, might just go to the bookstore and, kind of randomly browse a bit, just walk through and pick up a book and decide, oh, this book looks pretty good. Okay, I'm gonna go buy it, take it home and read it. Others might have Goodreads. I also quite often use Goodreads, but not always to choose my next book. So there are definitely several different ways of choosing the best book for whatever you're going to read next. So think about that. Include whatever way that you choose your next book down in the comments below. So let's get going. So when I first started reading avidly about 3 years ago, I usually didn't have any specific way that I chose my next book to read. I would just be like, oh, what am I in the mood at the time? Especially like when you're picking a fictional book, you don't necessarily have a way of choosing the next book. For fictional books, it's really a lot different. For non-fiction books, for me, the best way to choose my next book is by thinking about what do I need to improve in my life right now. So like, for example, right now I'm preparing to build an app. I'm going through the process of doing with a developer. And so I've got all these ideas floating around and I'm writing these ideas down and talking with the developer about it. So the best thing for me when I choose my next book would be anything to do with application, marketing, branding. All those types of books are definitely going to be useful for me at this stage in my life. So that's the key point there, is whatever stage you are in your life, whatever situation is going on in your life, that's how I recommend to choose your next book. And every single person's situation is going to be different, right? So, I mean, if you just went through a breakup, or maybe your parents passed away or some family member passed away, you're going to specifically pick a book that deals with loss, right? It makes complete sense. So I think it's worth mentioning in this video to you today. So that's the first way that I pick, and the most important way that I pick my next book is through the situation that I'm going through in my life at this time. Best way right there. Definitely got to do that. Think about what's going on in your life. Pick that book. Fulfill your needs. And most importantly, apply what you learn in your life. If you don't apply what you learn, then it's going to be pretty much useless. Maybe it will stick in the back of your mind somewhere and you can use that knowledge later. But really it's important to try and apply what you learn right away. Okay, so the second way that I usually pick my next read is, like at the beginning of the video I mentioned, going to the library or the bookstore and just kind of browsing. Like sometimes you'd be surprised on what kind of books you might actually run across, unplanned books that you might be like, that book looks exactly like what I need right now in my life, and you just end up buying it. Like on my bookshelf, I've probably got about more than 8 books for sure that I haven't read yet, and that's partially because like I keep on buying more books, Avid book readers, you probably know exactly what I mean by buying more books, but that's completely fine. It's okay to have a library, a home library full of books that you have not read yet. Because later, you never know, you might need that specific book, that particular situation in your life at the time might match perfectly with the topic of that book on your library, in your library that you haven't read yet. So go to the bookstore when you have no idea what you might want to read, browse, and just be like, oh, I'm going to buy this book because it fits with what I'm doing right now. My third way is to look at my Goodreads list that I have and try to decide which book might fit with my life best at the time, or I might just have a book that's been sitting on that list for a very long time that I just want to read. So look at close to the top or close to the bottom of your list, wherever you want, and just try to pick. Okay? And then the fourth way, I guess, would be through recommendations, through either friends or online. So you can search or ask your friends, hey, what's a good book to read? Right now I have no idea what to read. Okay, and then your friends can definitely suggest, or online search, Google search, or Goodreads has the recommendations that you can go through and just browse and see which book would fit best with you. Okay, and a little bonus here. I mentioned fictional books earlier. For me, when I choose my next fiction book, I usually just go with the mood that I'm feeling at the time. Okay, I'm in a science fiction mood, so I'm gonna go pick up a science fiction book, or go to my bookshelf at home and are there any books that I haven't read there? Whenever I pick a fictional book, there's no real urgency that I feel when I pick that fictional book. That's pretty much how I pick my books. So I would definitely appreciate down below if you comment, like I mentioned at the beginning of the video, comment about how you usually pick your next book, and it would be great to see all your replies about this particular topic. Okay? Don't forget to subscribe below. Definitely spread this message by sharing, like it, so that YouTube sends more people this way, and we spread this message of reading to everyone in the world that we can possibly reach. I really appreciate you guys watching, and I will see you guys next video. Take care. Thanks for watching, everyone. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more videos like these. Also follow my other social media accounts such as Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter for more valuable content. Thank you for watching again, and I will see you guys next time.